Perfect.
What's going on, big dogs? It's T4G here. We're going to talk about some Madden franchise mode updates. I know you guys have probably seen the updates so far, but we're going to actually break them down and what does it mean? What's it going to look like? Not just do technically a review of it. We're going to actually talk about what is this going to look like in the future? What are the different opportunities that you can get from this and all of that fun and good stuff. Anyways, hope you guys are staying safe, happy, and healthy. And with that being said, guys, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to comment down below. Are you excited about this franchise mode? Because I actually am. I'm actually excited, so let's jump into it. All right, let's go over some of the comments here. We got MindPlay512. It's good to see features from the PS2 days return. That's sad. That was a sad little gut shot there that he probably wasn't even intending, he or she. And then we got High Altitude. Hey, EA, Madden, listen carefully. I understand your contract with the NFL is coming to an end. I just hope you didn't just improve the game just to renew your contract, then fall back to a lazy state once you're awarded the contract. Now, here's the thing about that I have to say. They're not really rewarded the contract, right? They have to go out and spend a buttload of money to have exclusive rights, to be the only one who can create a simulation game. Well, 2K also put their game on hold. We're going to talk about this in a future video. They put their game on hold, and it's kind of odd timing. And I think that EA, we can look at this two ways. Did EA start to build this up now to try to get that contract and look the best that Madden's actually going to honor that contract and give them exclusive rights only to a simulation game? Or does Madden actually know that there is competition on the horizon? And here you go. Here's governments and how governments run 101. Capitalistic governments are good. And why are they good? Because of the fact that competition is good. If you don't get competition, imagine having a company like Madden as a government. Imagine that. It'd be a sad state of affairs for whatever country that would be. Okay, so yeah, I think it's good, and I honestly think that competition is on the horizon. Training camp mini games are back, finally. We aren't going to give them any flowers for this because there are zero reasons in our mind why mini games were pulled out of the mode in the first place.
Training Camp is one of the most requested features among franchise players, and it's officially back.
You know what's sad about Madden, though, is they admit things like this, and they get some poor guy to go on there and say something stupid like this, because unfortunately, it just shows when you say something like this that it's one of the most requested features and it's finally back. A lot of people hear it and they go, what's the big deal? It's exciting. The mode's been out for probably over a decade. I don't know the exact amount of years, but a long time. So if you know it's the most requested and it took you a decade to bring it back, that's on you guys. And that shows where your guys' your moral lies when it comes to your consumers. You just don't care about us. In fact, for a long time, I felt like they hated franchise mode. Or else, why would you take away all these modes, not put anything new into it? And what it seems like is you do that so you can funnel us all in like sheep into mud, and so we can just blindly swipe our cards so the executives at Madden and EA could go and buy yachts. That's what it feels like. So I hate when they say things like this because it just shows how much they really didn't care and probably don't care about us.
Along with new minigames in Madden 24. During training camp before the start of each season, you can run players through a series of minigames to improve different positions on your roster. Stay a step ahead with rushing attack. Enhance your special team skills with field goal and punt accuracy. Practice escaping defenders in backfield survival. Fine-tune your footwork in wide receiver DB battles. And polish the rest of your skills. A bronze, silver, or gold minigame performance will determine your rewards, which could include XP, skill points, and other team progression items.
Some of the rewards that you're getting are interesting because some of them may not actually be worth it. But that's what's beautiful about it, is you're looking at the rewards here for pass skeleton outmanned. You have to get 10,000 points to get gold. If you get gold, you get 2,500 XP, a skill point, plus 300 rookie snaps. Some of these other ones, you're not getting that, okay? Where's the other one here? It's right here. You have to get 4,000 for gold, and then you get 200 XP, and you get no skill points. So that's something that I think more gaming companies need to start doing. Is we all have the same goal, the same objective is to become the best. But how we become the best is up to us, right? There's many different pathways on how to get there. It's just like with trading. Everyone was doing the exact same thing with trading until we figured out the SAR, the SAT, and the different methods, because we just flipped it on its head and said, we're just not going to do it the way everyone else is doing it. That's not us. That's not how we do things. And I love that strategy aspect of anything, of trying to figure out your path. And so, I really hope that they thought about this and they made it really intricate. And it looks like they did for the most part. So the big thing is the 6 new trade slots, which is amazing. But 3 of those trade slots can be players. You can't have more than 3 players in a single trade, which is actually a good thing. You can have 6 draft picks. You could trade 6 draft picks, but you can't trade 6 players. And there's a reason for that. Okay, there's a reason Madden didn't do that. And a lot of you guys probably know this. If they did even 4, the SAR method would be so destructive that you could get almost every single player released, if not every player released, in the entire NFL. One team could do it. You guys could, if you didn't have roster setting protections on, you guys could come into your roster and all of your guys, if you were on autopilot, all your guys would be sitting there on free agency if someone wanted to. That's scary. Okay, but that's because that's how their system works. If you guys followed us for a long time, we created the SAR. We went through it and we're like, okay, if they do this to try and fix the SAR, we'll do this. And we laughed about it because we even said if they try to get stop us from doing the higher overall guys, then they're going to allow the rookies to get no, it was actually the opposite. If you stop us from getting the rookies released, because that's what we did, we got the rookies released, then we'll go after the higher overalls, because then overall doesn't mean anything. So then what we did is we just stacked rookies onto the team, traded them, and then wave traded them, and then got the guy we really wanted released, who was like a 99 overall, because they were so focused on rookies. And then Madden realized that this is bad. This is real. There's nothing we could do to stop this. So then they just came with roster setting protections. They said, well, just try to protect your roster to where someone can't cut a 90 overall. And that's basically what they did. So I'm happy that they're only going with 3 players still, because it'll still make the SAR relevant, but it doesn't give the SAR more ammunition than it needs, because the SAR doesn't need more ammunition. It's already ruthless. Okay, so, and then there's punter trading on top of that. There's all kinds of things. But I love the fact that you can now trade 6 draft picks as well. It gives you so much more dynamics on how to make trades, and they're still keeping the SAR slightly caged to where it can't run rapid and just destroy everything in franchise mode. All right, the first thing I have to say about this, the free agency updates, stop telling us AI enhancements, stop telling us franchise tag improvements, stop telling us 5th-year option selections. Just give us the improvements. Give us the enhancements. Show us that. Okay, don't tell us it and then give us a 2-second clip on it and just say in the clip what you put in the bullet point. It doesn't really make sense to me. And the one thing I'll go on about this on the 5th-year option here is the 5th-year option, I can tell you guys, it's not profitable. The way Madden creates their contracts is based on overall, not production. Your guy could run for 5,000 yards in a season and he will get no bonuses to his salary whatsoever. Okay? What they need to do is they need to have the overall and the production play a part. Okay, you get less money if you're not as productive. You get more money if you have a productive year, so on and so forth, right? Pretty easy. However, if you sign if you do, let's say, a franchise tag, you only have to pay half of the franchise tag if you go to trade the player away. Only half of it, which isn't that bad, right? You can still say, hey, I'm going to franchise tag you. If we can't get the contract, I can still trade you away. Well, what they're showing on the screen here, it's a 1-year deal for $30 million. Well, 29 million of that 30 is guaranteed. So if you try to trade him, if you don't get the contract to work the next year and he gets to a 99 overall, he's going to be even more expensive for one. So why not just not do the 5th-year option and sign him to a 5-year deal now, because you're going to get him at a 94 overall salary instead of a 99 overall salary. So it just doesn't make sense, because I can't even trade him away at this point. And it's incredibly painful. So I think the 5th-year option, you're actually putting us in a situation to where if we do the 5th-year option, we get penalized because of how you guys have the contracts. And I think you have a target. but you have the wrong target. Guys, I can tell you right now, don't do this 5th year option. If you want to waste money, do it. Hell yeah, do it. If you want to be smart and save a lot of money and build a dynasty, don't do this. Do not do the so-called 5th year option enhancements or whatever this is called. It's not an enhancement. I can tell you that. So they're doing and adding restructuring to contracts, right? So you can restructure a contract like, let's say, George Kittle's. You can see on the screen, it will free up $6.42 million in cap space this season. However, it's going to add $6.41 million to the final year of his contract. So the money's not going away. You're just pushing it on down the road. It's become debt. You pushed it on down the road, and you're going to pay it later on. Now, if you do this too much with too many good players with high contracts, with high salaries, you're going to be flat broke 1 year. All of a sudden, you'll get to the next year, and they're like, by the way, you're negative 80-something million. You're like, what? How am I negative 80-something million dollars? So we're going to have tips on this in the future on how to do this and be smart with it. I love that they added this because it's really going to separate the talent. Who's good at doing this and who's not good at doing this. And I love it. We're going to have tons of content on this. And Madden, great job on this. I absolutely love it. But for those of you guys that aren't sure on this, you're going to want to be very, very careful, and you're going to want to be subscribed to us, obviously, because we're going to help you out through this. But you want to be very, very careful because you can go broke pretty quick doing this, because don't think that money's free. That money's still there, and you still owe it.
And draft class generators for more variety in player pools, and address feedback by implementing additional 99 Club.
So I do love the fact they're expanding the draft class generators. Here's the problem I see. They all still have the same faces. Give us some new faces. If you're expanding the draft class generator, give us new faces. Christ's sake, I don't like to see all my guys look the same. I have like 500 twins on my team after like 15 years, and I'm like, what is this? Just give us, you got to give us more in depth of, templates going on here. And so I like this, the 99 hit power there. You got Dodson going on. And some of these things kind of worry me just ever so slightly, because they talk about, how you can basically get some of these guys that are human. I mean, look at this guy. He's a wide receiver, 6'9". I hope they have a cap on how many times you'll get a 6'9" wide receiver, because I could only imagine a 99 speed 6'9" wide receiver. I mean, oh my God, that would be a night. Can you imagine trying to stop that? But anyways, I love it. I love where they're going with it. But obviously, you guys got to touch base on the templates and the faces, because you just already showed us all the faces look the exact same as they've basically always looked. And they don't look good.
Coaches and player personnel now have access to a third talent tree and a variety of new talents. For offensive and defensive coordinators, a new position guru tree elevates a single position with...
Now, on the third talent tree, I like it. I like where they're going with that. I just hope that not all of the coaches have they're the exact same guru. Like every coach is a receiver guru. I hope that it is intricate. You'll see one that's an offensive line guru, running back guru, whatever, and you can pick from there, because then that gives you different alternatives. If let's say your running backs aren't too good, your receivers are great, why would you get a wide receiver guru? You'd want a running back guru at least for a couple of years to boost that up, and then you could, go from there. I love where they're going with it. I just hope that it is intricate and you don't come across all guys that are just their receiver gurus or something like that. And it doesn't sound like that's going to be from what he's saying, but he didn't make it incredibly clear. And I really, really wish that they would have touched base on the lack of offensive coordinators and defense coordinators, and how we could, have a realistic game where there's offense and defensive coordinators to actually hire. So now they're going to go into relocation. And if you guys in the future too, remember our site for relocation. We have a relocation guide every year on our site. We're also going to have a video on it as well, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But they are adding new stuff to relocation, which is pretty awesome to see, and we're going to break it down now.
Customization options like team relocation and commissioner tools give you more control in franchise mode. In Madden 24, team relocation has been revamped. Now you can relocate in coach mode at any time once per season, and the move takes effect immediately with new cities and fresh uniform concepts to choose from.
That's awesome. I love where they're going with that. I also wish that we could create our own teams as well. I know a lot of people keep talking about that. Create our own teams, customize, the outfit the way we want, not just get these templates and then pick from these templates. I want to be able to actually customize it like a Forza generator, how they did their paint jobs. I would love if they incremented in something close to what Forza did. That would be really, really cool, and it would just give us so much more customization that we can put forth towards the video game that we love, or the video game that we would love to love. So, and to finish this off, I have to give Madden credit. They finished it off in a bang with the new commissioner tools. Round of applause to you, Madden. We live by a motto with our company: don't just play the game, own the game. We teach people how to cheat in a game. We teach people how to play it straight up. We teach people how to play the game they want to play it. Because one thing we realized over the course of our history as a company is we realized that there's some people that just don't have time. They work so much that it's insane. They're just like, dude, I want to cheese the system because I don't have time to put in that much time and energy in the game, but I still want to play it and have fun. And that's what people want to do, and it's none of our business. So we show you how to cheat. We show you how to do straight up. We show you how to do whatever. We're a gaming company, and that's what we do. And people still go in the comments and be like, man, why are you showing that cheese? Well, it's none of our business. And I love how Madden is giving the power back to the people. You can be a great commissioner now and look and say, hey, man, the rest of the guys are struggling in our league with offensive linemen. We need to have this as a strong offensive line class. Also, that's not unrealistic to know if it's going to be a strong class. We know Caleb Williams is going to be probably the first quarterback selected off the board. We know Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a top 3 pick. It'd be very hard for him not to be a top 3 pick in this upcoming draft. He may even be a first round overall pick. Who knows if they have a quarterback? So that's what we know. I think that this is making it incredibly realistic. Also, they have some exciting stuff too with the slider. So you can see there, they showed a little bit 34 years old. You can adjust the progression or the regression. And that part I love because I really think that their XP sliders are broken, and they have been broken for a long time because they have the Madden rating adjusters go in and adjust stuff, and we just simply can't do that same thing. We can't. Our guys will never get to that level, even if they hit the same benchmarks that the guy did in real life. He'll never get to the same overall. It'll take him way longer. So I love that they're giving us more to this. I'm definitely assuming that there's more they could add to this. However, I do think that Madden did good in this regard, and I tip my hat to them because I love when they give the power back to the people. It's awesome. It's great. It's awesome to see, and I think they finished this one strong with this new commissioner tools.